So this 2006 Jeep Commander with the 4.7 liter V8 engine has an obvious transmission pan gasket leak. The pan gasket is a mechanical seal between the transmission oil pan and the transmission itself. Today we're going to get this issue fixed. You want to begin by jacking up the front end and using jack stands, or in my case rhino ramps, to get the vehicle lifted. Then set the parking brake, pop the hood, and remove the transmission fluid dipstick. It's also important to note that the dipstick tube narrows in towards the bottom, so I wasn't able to siphon out some fluid before dropping the pan. So follow me under the Jeep, where we have the 545 RFE transmission that's found in the Jeep Commander years 2006 through 2010 with the 4.7 liter PowerTech and 5.7 liter Hemi engines. There's only 16 fasteners holding the transmission pan in place, and they're easy to get to except the ones on the passenger side that are covered by the exhaust system, which is why I'll be using an 8mm 1/4-inch flex socket to make this job easier. You can pick up the 1/4-inch flex socket set for around $35, and I'll leave a link to the product in the description of this video. At this point, you could try to leave a couple fasteners in place and tilt the pan in order to control the flow, but that never works out for me. So I'm going to show you how to get to the difficult fasteners on the passenger side, then move my camera out of the splash zone before actually removing them. Make sure you have your drain pan in position and plenty of extra towels on hand. Well, my ratchet took a complete transmission fluid bath. Let's see how long this lasts. So your goal is to make sure the transmission pan is clean. Spray it down, wipe it out, use a wire brush to remove any traces of the old gasket from the pan and the transmission itself. While we're in here, we're going to replace this primary filter and the cooler return filter. There's only one screw for this primary filter located right here, and you'll need a T25 Torx screwdriver for removal. You want to inspect the seal at the bottom of the oil pump. Since this one isn't damaged, I won't be replacing it. So moving on to the cooler return filter, you'll need to use an oil filter wrench for removal because it's on there tight. Just like with the engine filter, you want to make sure the gasket came off with the old filter. Installation is reversal removal, and the screw on the primary filter only gets torqued to 40 inch-pounds. Now once you have the pan all cleaned up, you want to lay a bead of RTV sealant, or in my case I'm using Right Stuff gasket maker. You want to carefully lay a consistent bead along the outside edges of the pan, then slowly raise the pan into position and start your threads by hand first before tightening the pan bolts to 105 inch-pounds. Since a lot of the fluid stays in the torque converter, you'll only need 5 to 6 quarts with a regular filter and fluid change. Then start the vehicle and check for any immediate leaks. You want to idle the engine until it reaches operating temperature, then move the shifter through all gears a couple times, then check the indicator level while the engine idles in neutral before test driving. So after driving around for 15 minutes, you'll notice the exhaust is burning off the spilled transmission fluid that I did a horrible job of cleaning up. But other than that, we now have a leak-free transmission, so until next time, y'all stay tuned.